This video will summarize everything that has happened within the last 24 hours. Today around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Duct Tape started appearing on old 21 Pilots albums on streaming services, specifically Apple Music and YouTube Music. Red Duct Tape appeared on Vessel, Blurryface, Trench, and Skeleton Icy. And coincidentally, the tape is covering everyone's eyes. This coincides with the lyric from the song The Outside. I will tape my eyes so I won't fall asleep again. Sleep has been a very important topic within the 21 Pilots lore. The hiatus era in 2017 started with an eye closing. The Trench era started with an eye opening. And of course, at the beginning of Jumpsuit, Tyler says,
"You were asleep. Time to wake up."
By taping your eyes, maybe this is a way to resist the control of the bishops. Another thing to note is that all of these beings are deceased. It's been confirmed that if a being has yellow eyes, they are an empty vessel, they have passed away, and are currently being possessed by a bishop. Trash the Dragon was confirmed to be an empty vessel, a dead being in the Outside music video where Keons was controlling him. The vulture on the cover of Trench is dead as well, seeing that it has yellow eyes, which means that it is likely being possessed by a bishop as well. And sadly, both of Tyler and Josh's grandparents featured on Vessel have also passed away. The weird one is Blurryface. There are no physical eyes on the album, so what is the duct tape covering? Of course, each of these 9 circles represents a song within Blurryface, and each of those songs in Blurryface have lyrics which form the names of the 9 bishops. Coincidentally, the circle in the upper left-hand corner represents the song Heavy Dirty Soul, which has lyrics that make up the name Keons. Keons is the bishop that died in the Outside music video, which is why the duct tape is covering up his circle. So why red tape? There are 2 main theories going around about the tape and its origins. First of all, a lot of people think that it is placed there by the banditos. Of course, the bishops can't see yellow, so they placed red duct tape to get their attention. This is ultimately signifying that the banditos are coming for the bishops. They are coming to end their reign of tyranny once and for all. The second theory, which is the one that I think is a little bit cooler, is that it was placed there by the bishops. This is their last-ditch effort to show the citizens of Dima that they are in control. They are trying to claim all of these pieces of media that they have access to, all of the albums, all the past work of 21 Pilots and the band. They're ultimately trying to put their stamp on each of these albums, showing that they control it. And just like real-world dictators, if they control the narrative, they control the citizens. This is their last-ditch effort to control the narrative and media supporting their cause of vialism. But in reality, their power is dwindling. Keons is dead, and they're diminishing from the inside. Dima is on fire. Their influence is waning, and this is the endgame for the bishops. After the tape was discovered on the albums, fans started receiving letters in the mail from Dima. This was a physical DMA.org website update. Traditionally in the past, the physical website would update with additional information and lore, but today we got physical Clancy letters in the palm of our hand. It was genius. I've seen a lot of fans asking how they can get their own physical letter mailed to their address, but it was only sent to 1,500 random fans that were assuming purchased merch within the last year. The documents within the letter read, "You have recently accessed internal documents pertaining to case number, delinquent Clancy versus the Sacred Municipality of Dima. In this ongoing investigation, we are urging anyone with knowledge of the whereabouts of the accused to come forward with relevant information about the case. It is required that all inhabitants of Dima to do their duty in bringing all enemies of vialism and its teaching to swift justice. The Honorable Bishops of the Sacred Municipality of Dima." On the second page, there's a handwritten letter reading, "How did you find dmaorg.info/found/Clancy HTML?" I feel like the bishops are a little bit late in trying to figure out who discovered this, because obviously Jake Dello did it in 2018. But what's really cool is if you check the bolded, doubled letters within this message, it reads "still alive," meaning that Clancy is still alive out there, and this is completely contrary to the message that the bishops were trying to send out with Skeleton Icy, Clancy is dead. On the next page, there is a Clancy letter with a hidden message. Let's read the letter first. "I'm not as scared as I used to be. Their mystery begins to fade as a method to defeat them becomes more clear. I no longer feel powerless. I can outsmart them. This new power of psychokinesis worked, and I believe it can work again. I stand here, looking down at the line where the water meets the sand. A starting line. All the while, knowing there is a finish line across the strait. Their compass lies, but mine remains true. I've left embers of inspiration. I only hope whatever spark was left has grown to a torch. And together, we create an inferno." Signed, Clancy. If you notice, every line of this note has a bold doubled letter. If you look at each line, you start to see a pattern. The second letter of the first and second line are bolded. The ninth letter of the third line is also bolded. Then it repeats. Second letter, ninth letter, second letter, ninth letter. What is this spelling out over and over and over again? 229, 229, February 29th. And of course, this was the date that was predicted when viewing the 10-hour Ned's Fireplace stream. In the middle of the screen, there were 3 sets of books that were not tilted, standing straight up. 2 were together, a second 2 were together, and then 9 were together. 229, February 29th. So something big is happening on February 29th. This is pretty wild. And on the last page of the contents of the letter, we see an updated map of the continent of Trench. Except this time, there is a new entry, a new location. Paladin Strait, the body of water in between Voldsoy and the continent. And we're assuming that this is where Tyler and Josh are going to traverse to meet up with the remainder of the Banditos to conquer Dima. A paladin is someone who has a righteous moral code. It is a good leader that leads those who are weak and powerless and fights on their behalf against the forces of evil. This is kind of sounding like Tyler and Josh, or Clancy to be more specific. Also, I haven't been able to personally verify this, but it's on the internet, so it has to be true. On Instagram, I saw a post showing the hex code for the new era color, E5021C, which is RGB 229229. And if that is true, that's freaking genius. I don't want to ever find out that that's not true, because I would rather just believe that that's the case in advance, because if so, the pilots are genius. The boys are back. This is so crazy. That is the completed recap of everything that we know so far that has transpired within the last 24 hours. If you find any more details or locate any more Easter eggs, please comment them below or DM me on Instagram. There's gonna be tons of new videos breaking down this brand new 21 Pilots era, so please subscribe for new updates. We're back. We are so back. I am so ecstatic for this new era. It's going to be a great time, and this is the end of the Dima storyline. They're going out with style. Remember to call somebody today, whether that's a friend or family member. You may be saving their life. This is Jake with Stolen Potential, and I will see you when I see you.